Okay, so thanks to the good ship Lollipop, these people really believe in their heart of hearts that they're going to get raptured up and taken out of here before all of the tribulations happen and the Jacob's trouble. But they don't know that the natives have something to say about that shit. We've got a whole bunch of fun prizes in store for you, don't we, Jim? Yeah, sure. Let's tell all the religious fanatics and the two-third Jakes what great grand prizes we have for them in store. We've got let's see. Your children shall be bashed to pieces. We've also got Feed the Gators. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Yes, Bob, that's going to be awesome. Let's give them the other ones. Hang You by Your Thumb. The Four Horsemen. Yeah, we can't have you hanging by your thumbs until we feed you, right? That wouldn't be right. Yeah. The lynch mob. You know how all other niggas always die. And let's see what else we have in store. I like disembowelment, but the guillotine is my shit. Yes, I love that one. And you know, when those 200 million demons come out, they got to go somewhere. That's what they created them for. So where do you think those disenchanted spirits of the Nephilim are going? And the Anunnaki are going to rapture you, all right? Then they're going to drop your ass from the spaceships. But anyway, let's get into the lesson for the day. Because they really think they're going to be beamed up. So the natives have a whole host of things in store for you. We have something to say about that, but we're going to go to Nehemiah 13. Let's see what it says. It says, on that day, they read from the book of Mosiah in the hearing of the people, and in it was found written that no Ammonites or Moabites should ever come into the assembly of God, because they did not meet the children of Israel with bread and water, but hired Balaam against them to curse them. Oh my God, look at that. However, our Yahushua and Yahweh turned the curse into a blessing. Yay! So it was when they had heard the law that they separated. To be holy means to be separate. That's what holy means. It has absolutely nada, zilch, nothing, no, zip to do with your behaviorism. It has all to do with being holy, which means to separate yourself from what? All the mixed multitude from Israel, which means you don't come into the encampment. That just tears up the theory right there that you're what your father is. Nope, your mother and father both have to be there. We're going to get some further backup on that. Let me see. Is that Nehemiah 8? Yeah, there it is. Nehemiah 8, where it says, all the people came together as one, meaning both your parents have to be Negroid, in the square before the Watergate. We got a Watergate going on right about now with all these ABC camps and shit. All these Nixon motherfuckers, I should call them mixing motherfuckers, is just taking over the roost. Good Lord. They told Ezra, because you need to look up, by the way, side note, Fat Buddha moment, look up the Ezra Covenant. And the Ezra Covenant, it tells you the same goddamn thing. You will be beheaded if you bring any of your unnatural fruit into God's domain. The teacher of the law, to bring out the book of the law of Mosiah, which the Lord had commanded for what? Israel, meaning both parents. And it says, so on the first day of the 7th month, Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the assembly. You can't assemble with everybody. You have to assemble with only Israelites. That's law. Law, nigga. You can't make out. I'm not telling you nothing that's not written in the book. Because, keeping to the law, you can't mess up truth. You can only enhance it. Which was made up of men and, oh my God, what does that say? Women? Once again, back to men and women. Because he said, I'll pour out my spirit on both man and woman. my daughters and my sons. So you and this white man dick riding event that you got going on, that women should be quiet and they can't preach and they can't talk and they have to be silence. Silence. That's a lie. Again. And all who were able to understand. Some of them don't. And it said, he read it aloud from daybreak till noon as he faced the square before the water gate in the presence of men and women and others who could understand. And all the people listened attentively to the book of the law. It's law, it's law, it's law, 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 law. Meaning, not making this up, it's written. And as it is written, so shall it be. Ezra, the teacher of the law, stood on a high wooden platform built for the occasion. Beside him, on his right, stood, I'm not listing all the names of the Haitian priesthood here. I'm going to skip down. All the people could see him as he praised the Lord. They said, amen, amen. And they all bowed down, worship God in their face to the ground. All the Levite priests, they read the book of the law. Excuse me, that's rude. Making it clear. They read the book of the law, making it clear. Making it clear. Making it clear. And giving the meaning so that the people understood what was being read. Then Nehemiah, the governor, Ezra the priest and teacher of the law, and the Levites, who I just said I skipped all of that because I'm not reading all them crazy names, who were instructing the people, said to them all, this day is holy and is to the Lord your God. Do not mourn nor weep. For all the people have been weeping as they listen to the words of the law. Nehemiah said, go, enjoy choice food and sweet drinks, and send some of those who have nothing prepared. This day is holy to our Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. The Levites calmed all the people, saying, be still, for this is a holy day. Do not grieve it. Then all the people went away to eat, drink, and sent portions of the food and to celebrate with great joy, because they now understood the words that have been made known to them. Do you understand what is coming out of my mouth? On the second day of the month, the heads of all the families, along with the priests and the Levites, gathered around Ezra, the teacher, to give attention to the words of the law. They were found written in the law, which the Lord had commanded through Moshe, that the Israelites were to live in temporary shelters during the festival of the 7th month, and that they should proclaim this word and spread it throughout their towns in Jerusalem. Go out into the hill country and bring back branches of all the wild olive trees, from myrtle palms, shade trees, to make temporary shelters, as it is written. And then it says, so the people went out and brought back branches and built themselves temporary shelters of their own roofs, on their own roofs, in the courtyards, in the courts of the house of God. They put on top of God's house, and in the square by the water gate, and by one by the gate of Ephraim. The whole company that had returned from exile built temporary shelters and lived in them. Why? The reason why the Sukkot is so important for the Feast of Tabernacles. From the days of Yeshua, son of Nun, until that day, the Israelites had not celebrated like this because they were in captivity, and their joy was very great. It said, day after day, from the first day to the last, Ezra read the book of the law of God. They celebrated the festival of 7 days, and on the 8th day, in accordance with the regulations, there was an assembly. Meaning both your parents have to be Israelites. Niggards. So, all this rapture stuff, we're going to get to that, because they think they're really going to be raptured up. But salvation is of Israel only. So that means you're not going nowhere. This is Revelations. You can read Revelation 6 on your own time because it's very long. But the white horse is bringing it, come to conquer and be conquered and come forth. And his second beast is the red horse, who is the powers of the white man, because he is considered to be red. And he's coming with all that power that is given to him to take peace from the earth. Hell, and they that should kill one another. And there was given him a great sword. But like, we know that the blessing of Esau was the sword. You're not going to outgun Esau. You're not going to outbullet Esau. His blessing is the sword. So therefore, that means military weaponry. You're not going to outsource the devil on his own carnal toy. So trying to come up with all the military might is a waste of time, because you're not going to beat the frog at their own game. It's impossible. Possible. Because Esau was blessed to be a killer. And that's what they've always been. So therefore, all these people who think they're going to get raptured up, nada. No, you're not. You're going to be right here during the storm. And if he's going to put his own children through the fire, what makes you think you are going anywhere? Nope. Your eyes are going to melt out of your head. Your tongue is going to just sizzle out. And all the meat on your bones is going to go bye-bye. And all that nuclear fire, those 200 missiles that's going to come hit America, is going to make you one of these flaming fires. Because all of that is going to dry right out of the socket. And we got more proof of that coming down the pipe. So getting back to the non-ministry of people spreading lies that, oh, we just going to get raptured up and then all this stuff and Allah's coming. But you know what? That white horse, let's get to the white horse. The white horse is Allah. Allah. And guess what? He don't even have any bows. You know why he don't have no bows? Because he's already got them all over Europe right now. His arrows are all the people, because there's billions of Muslims everywhere. So he don't need no arrows. So you could read Revelation 6 all you want. It's the same thing. You're going to find out. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. Wait, let me put this on my black screen, because I want them to hear this. Okay. Black screen. Can I get it like that? Yeah, that still doesn't look good. But let's black screen that out. There we go. So you can hear me. Okay. Because this is relatively important. There is no such thing as redemption, nor forgiveness, nor mercy, nor grace, nor salvation for anything not of the royal bloodline seed of Yaqub, the Abrahamic chosen children of Yashrael. You have to be black to do that first. Second off, not only just black, because there's tons of black. There's a whole bunch of Israelite blacks. There's a whole bunch of African blacks. There's 3 different African genoids on the planet, haplogroups, and all 3 still are the same people of the Bible. And not just that, but you have to be from the nutsacks of Yaqub. The you wish ain't the chosen seeds. You are not, nor will you ever be, we. You can take this to your death. There is a great equalizer coming, and it won't be Denzel, but you can best believe he is bringing hell behind him. Ain't gonna be absolutely no love, no hugs, no unity, and no fucks, and no kisses. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. They shall inherit the earth, not heaven. Your ass is staying right here. And he said a small remnant. So if there's only going to be a small remnant of us around, what the hell do you think is going to happen to you? Because that small remnant is talking about what's left of you. Not us, you. So that whole, we're going to be raptured up to heaven, I don't know where y'all got that from. Besides Christian insanity. That's the only other place you could get it, because it's not going to happen. And he said, your fate is marked. You've already been marked. You were born marked. Soak it all up. Get a good whiff. You better YOLO, because you most definitely are only going to live once. And we will resurrect you. Don't worry about that. To serve out your 1,000 years. Though we aren't going to pick our own cotton. Don't be silly. Enjoy it while it lasts. Now run and go tell that. Yes, I said it. Immortal bitch. Believe that. The chosen. Rejoice, O ye Judah, Yahudah, Israel. Shabbat Shalom, Israel, forever. The supernaturals. The return of the black gods. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, he wouldn't have told me so. The four winds of Yahudah, Emmanuel, God is with us. That swastika does not mean what the Germans stole it and said it does. Emmanuel means he is with us. That symbol is the symbolism of Emmanuel. Then the Creator of all things gave me a command, and my Creator chose the place for my tent. He said, make your dwelling in Jacob and in Israel. Receive your inheritance before the ages. When God said, I will be with you until the end, he meant the ages. This is the end of the Piscean Vesica age. This is now going into the age of Aquarius, a new arising where we don't be taught, because Pisces means rabbi, which means teacher. Big Mama did her job. She was to teach us. And that's when we were raised in the church, we were taught. And now we are in the age of knowing. You've got a $900 phone in your hand. You better know. It's no time to be teaching you after this. In the beginning, he created me, and for all the ages I shall not cease to be. In the holy tent, I ministered before him, and so I was established in Zion. And this is the blessing wherewith Moshiach, the man of God, blessed the children of Judah, Israel, before his death. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and rose up from Mount Seir unto them. And he shined forth from Mount Paran. And then he came with the 10,000s of 10,000s of 10,000s of saints. From his right hand went a fiery law from them. Yea, the loved people of God, of Yahshua Allah. All his saints are in thy hand. And they sat down at thy feet. Every one shall receive of thy word. Moshiach command us a law. No heathen can sin, because they were never and still never have been born with the law. Heathens were born evil, so they can't transgress the law. Yahweh doesn't give a shit what the heathens do, because they can't transgress his laws. They were born evil. Their prayers don't leave the roof of their damn mouth. Not at all. And even their prayers is an abomination unto the Lord. Even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob, which means both of your parents have to come from the loins and of the house of Jacob. And he was king in Jerusalem when the heads of the people and the tribes of Yahudah, Israel, were gathered together. Family only. Let Reuben live and not die, and let his men be few. And this is the blessing of Yahudah. And he said, hear, Lord, the voice of Yahudah, and bring him unto his people, and let the hands be sufficient from him, and be thrown a help to him from his enemies. Thy shoes shall be iron, Yahudah, and brass, and they all the day of thy days, so shall thy strength be. There is none like unto the Yahweh of Jerusalem, who rideth upon the heavens in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, Destroy them. Yes, Yahuda, Yisrael, then shall dwell in safety alone. The foundations of Jakub shall be upon the lands of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Yahuda, Israel, who is like unto thee. O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thine excellency. For I am the host, the heaven of the I am the host of the heavenly army, and thine enemies shall be found lions unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Yea, Yahuda, thou shalt tread upon all of their high places, and there is nothing better for a person than he shall eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil. This also I saw is from the hands of Yahweh. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Thy people he chose for his inheritance. And I command thee joy, for man has nothing better under the sun than to eat and to drink, and to be joyous, for this will go with him in his toil through the days of all of his life that God has given him under the sun. The importance of participating and parting the Red Sea was because black people can't swim. Isaiah 43:2, who departs and covers the waters. Society has an agenda to totally eradicate all of the black Asians from off the planet. The love of thy neighbor, even the nation came with a crowbar, broke into your home, pried their way into your bed, and buried you in the basement, or better yet, outside under the newly minted patio. Jesus is going to get the 2/3 all fucked up with this whole doctrine of we're going to be raptured up. These heathens use a crowbar to break into everything. When Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, he found Ethiopian-looking people that was dark yeti black. Didn't say shit about half-white Native Americans. Stripping the resources, polluting everything he touched, because they do. Spraying so much chemicals and aluminum and nanos that their sons can't produce because their fathers have successfully microwaved their nuts and have turned him away and turned him gay, from all of the estrogen inflamed nitroglycerin drops that pollute the dew of the earth. Black people are the problem. These devils are a trip. The lost 10 tribes were already worshiping other gods. So while in captivity, they were given other gods 500 years later. Still haven't learned shit. Now they are super Christians, or super Muslims, or super Buddhists, or super friends. Just from turning the other cheek. And let's all get along. And let's all love up on each other, and this fanatical church cookout that they got going on about being raptured and being in the book of Ephesians. These were the most horrible people, because all pagan holidays were created so that their youth could fuck. Like Easter was created so they could watch children run around. The maypole was created just so they could all have sex around it. Christmas was created just so they could all be bending over under the Christmas tree. I mean, it's a sick society. But society don't want us. They don't want you. And especially the Most High's main frames, they don't want you. And so to fit in, just to fit into society at large. Society will accept you if you bleach your hair, bleach your skin until you look like a fucking refrigerator. They want you to blonde your hair out until you look like Homie the Clown. Slap a wig on so you look like a fucking funeral participant. Be paler than them. Burn out your hair so you could look like a fucking monster. Nothing human at all. Completely reject your image, which, by the way, was created by the Most High Yah and his likeness and in his own image. So his mainframes look like him. But they want you to look like them. Then they will accept you. Except they won't, because Hasatan never ever will. These false neighbors you have who used a damn crowbar to break into and infestate your home, community, nations, plagiarize all the laws of the Most High God, when in order for them to even exist and survive, they have to rape, kill, steal, plunder, and then lie about it. Bear false witness. Then have